Leeds Teaching Hospitals has welcomed plans for government funding for 2 new hospitals to be built in the city. The trust is one of 6 around the country to benefit from an extra £2.7 billion of investment over the next 5 years.
They'll be on the site of Leeds General Infirmary and include a dedicated children's hospital. In a moment, we'll speak to the Chief Executive Julian Hartley. But first, our health correspondent Jamie Coulson has the details.
Right, just rush your line, is that right?
Yeah.
At Leeds Children's Hospital, they look after some of the most poorly and complex patients. For the last 2 weeks, 16-year-old Beth has been receiving treatment to stop her body rejecting a transplanted kidney. She's just one of around 250,000 patients who are cared for each year. Here at Leeds Children's Hospital, they deliver world-class care, but the building itself makes it difficult for services to evolve and be fit for the future. And this is a bigger problem across the wider Leeds General Infirmary site, with some buildings that are old, empty, and no longer fit for purpose. This is a vision of the future for hospital care in Leeds, a major redevelopment which will cost around £600 million. The centrepiece of the plans, which were first unveiled last October, is a new children's hospital bringing all staff and services into one purpose-built building. Next to it will be a new hospital for adults with state-of-the-art theatres and critical care facilities.
What we're committing to is a programme of 40 new hospitals, starting with 6.
The funding for the plans was announced by the Prime Minister yesterday on a visit to Manchester ahead of the Conservative Party conference. Boris Johnson confirmed Leeds Teaching Hospitals would be one of 6 trusts to share in £2.7 billion.
The infirmary is already recognised as one of the finest municipally owned hospitals in the country.
The old nurses' home, which is more than 80 years old and now sitting empty, will be demolished to make way for the development.
It's hard to overstate how much difference this will make to have 2 new hospitals essentially, one for adults, one for children, delivering not just outstanding services but world-leading services, things like cardiac surgery, neurosurgery, children's transplant surgery.
That was better than the other day.
I think it's nice to know that there's going to be money put into a hospital that's going to be the state of the art for young people. We've had really good care and we want that care to carry on.
A full timescale for the development has yet to be confirmed, but it will take 3 years once building has started. Jamie Coulson, BBC Look North.
So, what does it mean for patients? Well, joining us now is Julian Hartley, the Chief Executive of Leeds Teaching Hospitals NHS Trust. Julian, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I know this is something that it's been in plan for a long time. Yeah. What's your reaction to actually finally hearing that this funding is now coming your way?
It's wonderful news, not just for Leeds but for the whole of the region, because this announcement really means that we've got the green light to progress with the plans to build, as you've seen, a fantastic world-class children's hospital and an extension to the LGI for all of our adult patients. And of course we provide specialist services for the whole of the region, and it's just fantastic news.
And the plans, as you say, do look very impressive. What's the timescale of this?
Well, we're hoping to rise to the challenge that the Secretary of State has put forward for the 6 schemes that have been announced, which is to get them done by 2025. Now, of course, as you can appreciate, there's a huge amount of work that's got to go into that. You've seen the size and scale of the plans that we have. But we have a great team with the momentum and hopefully with the backing through the various processes we go through. With a following wind, we should be able to achieve that.
Logistically, this must be quite a challenge, because how do you go about running a hospital while trying to demolish parts of it and keep it running and build a new hospital?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we do have a lot of experience. We built the Leeds Cancer Centre on the site of St James, of course, in 2008. But really what we're talking about in terms of the LGI, fortunately, there's a part of the LGI, as you've seen, the old nurses' home, that we can demolish. It's unoccupied at the moment. It means we can start building the new hospital, and then once complete, we can move services into the new buildings and then start the demolition of those that won't be needed.
Julian, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.